Didn't see you there. Welcome to Fantasy Baseball 2013. My fellow Balconians, it's going to be a great year. We have a lot planned out and a lot to explain, so I'm going to make a video trying to explain to you how the draft is going to work and some of the roster rules, as well as a couple of new rules that we've made have adjusted since the start of creating the Fantasy Baseball group. Yay! One of the new rules that we're going to be doing is we're going to have a 12-man league instead of an 8-man league. I know the original plan was to do 8 teams. Shut up. The original plan was to do 8 teams, NL only, but we're going to do 12 teams, both AL and NL mixed. I asked. We only have 8 right now. I asked one of my friends, Mike, to join. He said yes. He's annoying me right now. He's going to join. So we have 3 more spots. I know Zach had asked somebody to join, so I don't know if that person's going to join. So we have 2 for sure that are still available. So if you're watching this, if you know any of your friends who want to join and play fantasy baseball with us, invite them, and we'll have our own little version of Survivor Fantasy Baseball. The tribe has spoken. You have been voted off. Psh! But seriously, if you want to join, that's totally cool. But we are going to vote you in. We just want to make sure that you're going to check your team, that you're baseball smart, that you're not going to draft John Jaha in the first round, and that you know what you're doing as it relates to fantasy baseball. I'm also going to cover is the draft and how the draft is going to work. It's pretty simple, but this should clear any questions that you should have. Basically, I clicked on the draft here, and this is basically just it loading, and that's how it's going to come up with you. It's going to come up in a separate window, and it'll take its sweet little time to load. And this is what the draft room will look like. You have 2 minutes before you can actually begin the draft. Basically, you can pick through your players, whatever you want. Yeah, I started trolling this guy, and he started getting really pissed off. Yeah, but you can pick whoever you really want and nominate them. This is when the draft begins. This guy selects Ryan Braun to pick first, and as you can see, you can bid on him, you can pass, you can change your maximum bid. It's pretty self-explanatory. So now it's my turn to pick a player. You can pick their average or their total average cost, their wins, home runs, runs. You can pick through pretty much anything, total dollar amount. And I select Andrew McCutchen and I nominate him and I start bidding on him. You can essentially pick someone you actually don't want on your team, just to waste a player to pick, but you have to bid on him. But I really want Andrew McCutchen, so I keep bidding on him, and eventually I win the bid as the highest bidder, and he'll go on the right-hand side here, and under where your team's roster is. Here comes 2. Woohoo! So now that McCutchen is over on the right-hand side, you can see I paid a total of $39 for him. How our league is going to work is that's your buy-in. Your buy-in essentially is $3.9 or $3.90 is how much you're going to pay. And you're going to do this for the whole team. Eventually we're going to get to where I have a whole team filled, and your whole team's total cost, their total in salaries, is how much you're going to pay to enter this league. So in a way, it's kind of like real baseball. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, you don't have to. You can get players for really cheap. You don't have to bid on these high players, these $3.90 players. You can bid on players that are only going to cost 50 cents, $1, $1.50. I mean, if you only want to spend $8, be my guest, but your chances of winning are probably going to be greater if you spend more on your team than less on your team. But then again, I don't know. Look at the Rays. So yeah, it's entirely up to you how much you want to spend. Look at my final team. Basically, what you're going to do after the draft is add up your totals, and that's essentially what you're going to spend for the buy-in to get in this league. We'll explain everything else a little bit later. So that's about it. There's only 2 things left to really go over. One is what would be a good date to actually hold the draft that accommodates everybody's schedule. I was thinking the 3rd last Saturday of March. Then the spring training is pretty much over then, and that would be That would be the 23rd, March 23rd, if that works for everybody. We're probably going to hold the draft online, seeing as I don't think we could get everybody in person on a day, especially since Mike is going to be moving to Prague. So holding it online is pretty much going to be the only option we have. Also, I was going to ask if anybody does want to meet in person and draft, and be a baseball geek nerd, and draft in person. Bring your laptop. Zach suggested a couple bars. Everybody could meet up that has Wi-Fi and the bandwidth, if that's the right term, where we could all plug in our laptops and sit around and draft pretty much online. If anybody wants to do that, let me know. I'm up for anything. That's probably what I'll do. Is I'll probably just hang out at a bar or a pub or something, and select my players. That's pretty much it. Hopefully, I'll make another video explaining some other things that probably need clarification. I wanted to keep this as short as possible, and yeah, bow to your sensei, because I'm about to destroy all of you.